So good day, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on digital transformation using business analytics in Indian industry. I am delighted to have all of you here as we explore the most transformative force shaping the future of the business in India and across the world. Today, Indian industry and global industry as well are starting from manufacturing BFSI to healthcare, retail, and public services are undergoing massive digital shifts. Technologies like cloud computing, and automation are no longer optional. They are becoming integral to how companies operate, compute, and grow. At the heart of all this is a very powerful saying that data is the new fuel and analytics is the engine that converts this fuel into meaningful insight and smart decisions. Organizations that understand this are accelerating ahead, and those that do not are at the risk of being left behind. In fact, if your organization is not leveraging analytics today, it is highly likely that you will be left behind tomorrow. The business landscape is evolving too quickly, and the demand for data-driven decision making is too strong to ignore. The best thing any professional can do is to adapt to the environment, learn continuously, and upskill themselves to stay relevant in the future-ready environment. So let me introduce our panel with that. We have Professor Sumedha Chauhan, uh, and Professor Sumedha Chauhan is a distinguished faculty member in the area of information systems and analytics and Jindal Global Business School, OP Jindal University. He has previously served as faculty at Indian Institute of Management, Rohtak, for 2 years, and Professor Chauhan holds a doctorate from MDI, Gurgaon, India, and she has made significant contribution to her field through numerous publications in top-tier journals. Professor Chauhan has been featured in the prestigious list of top 2% scientists globally, as published by Stanford and Elsevier for 4 years consecutively from 2021 to 2024. He is also ranked in top 0.5% of scholars worldwide, according to Scholar GPS. So welcome, Professor Sumedha Chauhan. Good to have you with us today. And our second eminent panelist is Professor Ritu Yadav. She is an academic with over 12 years of experience in academia, research, and industry. She holds her PhD in Information Technology and System from IIM Lucknow. Dr. Yadav has completed her BTech in Electronics Engineering from NIT Kurukshetra. She has served as assistant professor at IIM Rohtak for 4 years, where she developed new technology-oriented courses and managed key programs. Her research interests include data analytics, machine learning, and digital transformation, with publication in reputed journals. He has also served as postdoc fellow at ISB Mohali. Professor Sumedha will be discussing about the landscape of digital transformation in India, and Professor Ritu Yadav will be talking about business analytics and how it is applied across industries and what career opportunities are emerging from it. We will have Q&A at the end, and please type your questions in the chat during the session. So with that, first of all, I will invite Professor Sumedha Chauhan to talk about digital transformation and what it means in India.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm very excited to discuss a subject that is transforming the entire Indian business landscape, that is digital transformation. In simple terms, digital transformation refers to the use of technology to enhance how businesses operate. They make decisions and they serve customers. So it is much more important than just automation. In other words, I can say that it is a complete shift from traditional ways of working to a new world where our decisions are guided by digital tools and data driven insights. India is currently undergoing a remarkable phase of digital advancement. A key reason behind this rapid change is the widespread availability of affordable internet and smartphones. With over 1 billion internet users, technology has reached both metros as well as smaller towns. And then I can say that another major driver is the strong push from government of India through initiatives such as Aadhaar, UPI, DigiLocker, and FASTag, etc. And these platforms have laid a digital foundation that enables businesses to innovate and drive growth. In addition, India has a young and ambitious tech savvy population that is comfortable with apps, online payments, and virtual services. And let's not forget India's startup ecosystem, which is constantly pushing industries to become more digital, efficient, as well as customer centered. Now, let us explore how digital transformation is reshaping various sectors in India. The first major sector is fintech and BFSI, which basically includes banking, financial services, and insurance. India is now a global leader in digital payments. Banks are using AI, artificial intelligence for fraud detection, chatbots for customer services, and data analytics for instant loan approvals. You can open a bank account or invest your money without ever stepping into any branch. And it is something um, unimaginable a few years ago. Then the second sector undergoing major transformation is retail and e-commerce. Companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Big Basket, and Meesho, they rely heavily on analytics to predict customer demand. Dynamically, they keep setting their prices, they plan deliveries efficiently, and they are also able to track inventories in real time. Even traditional offline retailers are embracing digital transformation with smart payments, loyalty analytics, and AI based sales forecasting to enhance the customer experience. Then, another sector that I want to talk about is healthcare, where digital tools are saving lives and they are improving accessibilities. Telemedicine platforms such as Practo, Apollo 24/7, they enable people to consult doctors remotely. Electronic health records and wearable devices are helping to proactively monitor patient health. Here, AI in mechanical medical imaging is supporting doctors in early disease detection and faster diagnosis. Then comes manufacturing. We are seeing a clear shift towards Industry 4.0. Factories are now equipped with Internet of Things or IoT sensors, automation technologies, and intelligent machines. They can these technologies can predict equipment failures, and they can enhance productivity with minimal downtime. Organizations like Tata Steel or Mahindra, they are already running advanced digital manufacturing setups where decisions are supported by real-time data. Then, if I talk about logistics and mobility sector, it is also undergoing rapid transformation. Delivery companies are nowadays utilizing GPS and route optimization to expedite shipment nationwide. ONDC is allowing small sellers to access national supply chains digitally. Smart mobility solutions such as electric ride services and drone deliveries, these are emerging and making transportation cleaner, faster, and more efficient. Now, all of these examples that I just discussed, they clearly show that every aspect of a business, that is from operations to marketing to customer service, they are becoming digital, intelligent, and data driven. And this thing brings me to an important question. What does this mean for future managers? Earlier, leaders relied mostly on their experience or intuition. Today, every decision, whether small or big, must be backed by data. Organizations now expect managers to understand how to interpret information, evaluate digital strategies, and make informed choices that improve business outcomes. Now, this shift has opened up exciting new career opportunities. Technology is not only replacing jobs, it is creating new roles in digital transformation management, product analytics, customer insights, innovation consulting, and many more. These jobs require people who understand business goals and can translate them into data driven strategies. So, the demand for professionals with business analytics skills is growing rapidly across all industries. Therefore, we can say that India is undergoing one of the fastest digital transformation journeys in the world. Data and analytics are at the heart of this revolution, and industries are actively looking for managers who can lead this digital shift with confidence. By developing strong analytical and digital skills, people today can position themselves not only for jobs but for leadership roles in shaping India's digital future. So, thank you so much for listening. Now, Professor Ashraf, over to you.
Yeah. So thank you, Professor Sumedha, for the insights. So what we just heard is what is digital transformation and what are its driver and how digital transformation in India and across globe is accelerating major sectors like finance with online payment, retail, healthcare with telemedicine, manufacturing with Industry 4.0, IoT, and logistics with GPS and route optimization, and even more so with drone-based deliveries and so on and so forth. By rapidly changing and adapting to these technologies, our managers will be able to equip themselves for future-oriented roles, and it will create a digital awareness among them. Next, I will invite Professor Ritu to speak on what is business analytics and what are the commonly available tools that can help managers make data-driven decisions.
Hello, everyone. Uh, so Professor Sumedha has discussed about what and why of digital transformation. AI is an important part, one of the integral technologies, apart from many others, in the story of digital transformation. My job is to show you how part of it, and more importantly, that can we do without it in current landscape. So I'll be taking help of some infographics and sharing my experiences and all things that we know about analytics in the Indian landscape as well as global. So we all have heard, terminologies related to data mining, business analytics, data analytics, or AI, ML, and now, since I think 2025 or 2023, Gen AI, LLMs, ChatGPT, Gemini, and so on and so forth. So it is our decision that in such changing times, where what we are working on, what we have learned during our graduations or post graduations has long expired, what is the next strategy? Should we adapt or perish or do something else about it? As mentioned by Professor Said, data is a new fuel. And this famous quote was given in 2006, and it is the fuel. It is the oil, and AI is the combustion engine to run our new business models. These days, business models do not just run on selling products, they're largely selling services. They are turning capex, capital expenditures, into operational expenditures. And AI is an integral part of almost all big and small enterprises today. Take example of your Rolls-Royce Aviation segment, where instead of selling just their products, their airplanes and other jets, they are also selling services which are taking cost or pricing according to power by the hour. So this particular aviation model, they charge airlines for the hours the engine is actually flying, not for the hardware itself. They collect over 70 trillion data points from their fleet to predict maintenance needs. So before a failure could happen, they can predict weeks before that, and the product isn't the steel engine now. Product is the guarantee of performance driven by data. A second example that you can see is John Deere working in the agriculture sector. Here, you think of them as tractor company, but they no longer just sell tractors. They have converted themselves into a software as a service company. They now measure success in terms of engaged acres. Their goal is to reach 500 million smart acres by 2026. They aren't just selling machinery. They are selling data points. They're selling solution as a services model that use data to guarantee high crop yields for farmers. So again, they're selling guarantee here. They're selling a service here. Uh, Next is very familiar. It is a very old case study, but they keep on improving every year. You must have heard of Netflix recommendation systems. 80% of what we watch is not decided by us, but it is actually recommended by Netflix. It is driven by their recommendation algorithms, so not user search. They do not just sell movies, they sell personalized data layers. And we know them as better, they know us better than, we know ourselves sometimes. And besides recent controversies of Netflix regarding their ad contents or their unfortunate comments by their lead content creators, it is still one of the highest retention company in media and entertainment. Having, gone through such examples, I wanted, so this is the main reason why I wanted to keep my content in infographics. If you see leading companies that announced layoff in 2025 do not just belong to IT sector or technology sector. They come from different, domains. Novo Nordisk is a healthcare company. Nissan is a manufacturing company. Bosch, Nestle, FMCG. They all come from different backgrounds. And this is your 2025 data. And if you see the recent months, many companies have been laying off, but this is half of the story. This is just half of the story in India and globally. If you see total job growths, if 92 million jobs have been displaced because of latest technology and primarily AI, we have seen 170 million jobs created too, according to World Economic Forum. And there will be displacements, and there's no doubt about it. And number of jobs will be created will be far lesser than they'll be replacing. And if you see trends in AI, in robotics, and energy technology, they're most likely to be driven by the terms that Professor Sumedha has shared with us, the terms that I'll be sharing with you. It's largely driven by artificial intelligence, robotics, automation because of these big data, virtual reality or augmented realities, and robots. And obviously, energy generation, storage, and distribution is among one of the biggest, areas of research and employment. New materials and composites, semiconductors, etc. So we'll focus on the AI and analytics part of it. If you see again this particular report of World Economic Forum, these are the fastest declining jobs in job market today. If you see all the repetitive jobs, and not just repetitive, many creative jobs like your graphic designing jobs, telemarketers, etc., they are being replaced heavily, and many of them will be adding to the list shortly. If you see the predicted top fastest growing job, you can see the names like big data specialist, fintech engineers, AI and machine learning specialists. So these are the top ones. So, and these are the core skills that will be in demand in 2025 and later. So, at this point of time, it is very important for us to upskill ourselves, for us to stay updated with the recent advancements, so that we just not, learn them. We are able to use it. We are able to become that bridge that connects with what we do and what we can do. Uh, Moving on to our term, business analytics, we generally use a lot of terms, and one thing that we need to learn is those terms have themselves evolved across history. Some of them have come from the area of mathematics. Some of them come from the statistics, or linguistics, or computer science or management, but ultimately converged into something that we can apply around us. Business analytics is a bouquet of all those technologies that have been. We use statistics in business analytics. We use econometrics in here. We use data mining that originated from the field of engineering, computer science. We use NLP, natural language processing, which originated from the field of computational linguistics. So it is a bouquet. We do not adhere into boundaries that this is analytics and this is not analytics. It is an engine that runs on data. As simple as that. And we answer questions. We generally traditionally divide these questions into three types of questions, but there are more. I constrained right now the slide to only three. For example, you listen to music on Spotify. They will keep telling you statistics about your patterns, like you listen to 1200 hours of jazz this year, and you would like to share such, one-liners with your Instagram friends that, okay, see, I listened to 1200 hours of jazz this year. So it is not just a description of your own activities that is given back to you, but is also an opportunity of telling your friends who are you. So it brings conversations, engagement, user engagement, and their connect with other users. Zomato annually releases, pan India report card of what Indians are eating and where. This looks like a benign report, but it is a very strategic tool for them to decide what is going to be the eating patterns of single micro geographical areas of our country through next year or coming years, and plan their operations accordingly. Here we are actually looking in the retrospective data in the rear view mirror and asking what does it look like. So our questions are from the data we already have, from the historic data. What is my history? What is my past year look like? What does my past user patterns look like? We call these answering these questions as part of descriptive analytics. Again, we use a lot of statistics, inferential analysis, and data mining also, and visualization tools as part of descriptive analytics. It itself becomes a very good decision support system. Your dashboards, your daily reports generated by tools, they become part and parcel and output of this level of analytics. You're describing the data in your hand. Next questions come like, okay, I have seen my past data. I have seen data that is already in my hand. Can I tell something about which is unknown to me? I have seen data about 10 cities in which my company is operating. Using this, can I predict about 11th city, which I have never worked in? I have seen data of last 5 years. Can I predict my next year data? Can I predict about my next year operations? Starbucks Deep Brew AI predicts, it can predict heat wave pattern. It can even predict stock market patterns. And next Tuesday, it can forecast a spike in Frappuccino sales. So that's example of a predictive analytics, very small and output of a predictive analytics tool. Similarly, as mentioned by Professor Sumedha, also machines and analytics is in manufacturing is very much a reality in large size and mid size companies today. Shell's predictive maintenance collects thousands of data points from their machines. Like here, they can collect temperature, pressure, vibration, etc. from the valves and compressors every minute, and this data can be used to create a rule base. For example, if a smell anomaly is observed and overlooked by a human manager, this AI can predict that wall would fail in next 48 hours and hence maintain before it fails and disrupts your operations. This is an example of a descriptive. So something you're analyzing your current in-hand data and predicting about something that you do not know as of now. This is example of predictive analytics. Third is, what should I do? Till now, we have seen that what does my operation look like, or what will happen in the future, what will happen in something which I have not seen till now. But Having seen all these answers, now what should I do? UPS Orion doesn't just predict traffics, it also tells the driver that where to, in which route to take to reach the destinations. So if one driver has to, reach out to, let's say, 20 houses in a day, it will tell you exact optimal route, and not just optimal route. They have policies integrating like no left turns, because machine has learned that majority of the waiting time happens in right turns. Similarly, we all are familiar with Ola and Uber surge pricing, notoriously there, but they know that if there is going to be a demand surge in the rainy season in a particular city, a manager will not be able to dynamically change prices of 50,000 residents of that particular area. An algorithm can. So that's your prescriptive. What would be the multiplier of your price? Where, in which region, how much surge is to be done to get optimal rides and optimal satisfaction, etc. This comes in the purview of prescriptive analytics. So these terms becomes the main hub and spokes of our analytics. Often, there are many methods, in each of these analytics area. Often we don't use them one at a time. We use many of them at a time, sometimes in the back end, sometimes in the front end. Sometimes these analytics are visible to us, sometimes not visible to us. And integrated together, they make any process much accurate, much faster, much efficient, and much better. So this is an example from a particular use case I have taken from Maersk Logistics. Maersk is one of the biggest logistic company across continent shipping, as well as in the in-road delivery system. Now, an AI can help Maersk in number of places. Maersk is not popular just for their AI usage, but also for digital transformation, like use of blockchains and IoTs, etc. But in this example, they can actually, track their containers on real time on dashboards and see where each container is going, how many containers are before, under delay, etc. Now they can predict events that can disrupt their operations or are important for their operations. For example, they can predict that typhoon is forming in a particular location, and this vessel will likely to be delayed by 48 hours. Having had such kind of description, now question arises: what should they do? Should they reroute their containers, or is there any other possibility? Should they, take help of the other companies to come in collaboration within those areas? So reroute vessels to particular port to avoid storm and minimize fuel consumption, etc. This comes under the purview of prescriptive analytics, and this is just one small example with one sub process. Number of such methods are working in the background to make things easier and better for these companies and for their customers. Tools and rise of Gen AI that we use these days, things change fast in this domain. Things get expired very fast in this domain. The packages that you could be learning a year or 3 years or even 6 months back, you might realize that now a much better package has come, and you might be better off using the new one and shedding off the older one. So this is the nature of business analytics that we are working on. But that doesn't mean that the code that you learn will expire. Your knowledge about data, and data is ultimately numbers, whether you are processing actual mathematical numeric numbers, or you're processing text data like tweets or news, or you're processing images, you're processing videos or audios. Ultimately, it will be converting into numbers, and the basics that we learn, the foundation remains same since years. Okay, they may have improved, but what we have learned have always been helpful. How do you manage data through database management systems? How do we manage big data lakes? How do we report our data using visualization tool like Power BI and Tableau. Even if some new tool comes better than Power BI Tableau in future, your learnings from Power BI Tableau will remain important. Statistics, basic of data science have always been staple of any person who wants to learn analytics. Apart from that, once you know all that, if you want to become a developer, at a small scale for your own purpose or at a larger scale to create products for your company or teams, Python and R is one of the most important language these days. R has reduced gradually in its adoption and number of users that use it, number of packages that are released, and Python has been growing, accelerating since last few years. At Jindal, we though give focus to both the languages, but slowly and slowly we are adopting Python more. But we have courses on R and Python both to make you better adapt to the current analytics landscape. Apart from that, the analytical core that you need to learn, as I said, this core will remain same. This learning will always be there. Your knowledge about handling statistical your data, the relationship between different data variables and their patterns over the time that we learn in econometrics, your inferential learning, data mining, AI/ML, which largely contains algorithms like neural networks, support vector machines, decision trees. They are very intuitive. They're very interesting. They have learned how to become, learn intelligent, interesting insights from the way things work around us in nature. Predictive modeling, which again use a lot of mathematical modeling, integer programming, linear programming, etc. Uh, uh, Having known their basics, the second step becomes how to use it using Python and R libraries. And third step becomes how to report its results using tools. So there are a number of ways. Once you know they're working, you are not just able to create these valuable insights, but also understand what can be done as a manager, what can we do with these tools to make things better and give better, directions to your team and company. And last is the new frontier tools that are coming up, and they will keep coming up. And they will be building upon the basic foundational tools and methods, and maybe they'll be creating new tools and methods. Your deep learning is basically your larger number of layers in your neural networks that became effective since GPUs came into picture, and they gave rise to Gen AI, LLMs, etc. When LLMs become ubiquitously used by people like you and me, prompt engineering became very important to become an effective user of these LLMs. And things are still coming up. Your LLMs are improving so fast. And thanks to software as a service that you learn in digital transformation, you'll know that no matter how fast these LLMs are improving and becoming more and more complex, you just have to go to the browser and use it and have better outputs. Some analytics use cases I have taken from India, but you'll be able to relate it with all global use cases too. We have seen e-commerce converting into quick commerce, where the delivery time people are competing on how many minutes will take to reach to your door. Blinkit, it's they call the tagline is India's last minute app, or now Zapto has come into picture. Many of you might know that Amazon Food is also there, and they tried to give a tough competition to Blinkit and Zaptos of India, but they could not do that because Blinkit and Zepto already came before, and they were sitting on such high frequency and geographical spatial data that Amazon could not simulate. So it was difficult to penetrate for Amazon, such a big company. They already have such huge data about Indian customers, but competing with Blinkits and Zeptos of India was difficult even then, and break even was not a sane choice at the time. Banking, fintech, you will understand that UPI, in just 1 month of November of 2025, there was around 90 million transactions across India. That the scale of transactions that we go through is huge. And you talk about the companies who have to go through these transactions and make sense out of it. They can actually use this data, huge big data, to do better fraud detection, to do better credit scoring of their customers. Uh, in telecom, we have in India we have a duopoly. So for monopoly, we have Jio and we have Airtel. While Jio has completely transformed the telecom sector of India, they use AI heavily on where to install the tower to get maximum usage, etc. While Airtel works on premiumization of their app services. They work on usage pattern, they do churn detection, what will they do, what kind of apps or uh, app ecosystem they need to create for their customers to retain them or premium customers. I think I'm done with the things that I wanted to tell you people. Saif, Professor, that I'll leave it to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Ritu, for that comprehensive overview. You talked basically about adopt and cherish, which is the reality of today's world. We learned what business analytics truly involves, starting with descriptive analytics, dashboarding, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics, and how we can use them in an integrative way. The tools, you also talked about some of the tools that are shaping the work today, which included Python, R, SQL, stats, AI, ML, and the list it keeps on growing. And you also talked about some of the trends like AI, big data, augmented realities, and some of the future jobs for which our managers should be ready, like AI engineer, big data specialist, fintech engineers, AI specialists, and so on and so forth, and what kind of career opportunities await. So yeah, you already talked about them, and then in the end you talked about you discussed some of the use cases of business analytics in Indian industry. So thank you for that comprehensive overview. Now we will open the floor for Q&A. Uh, if you have any questions regarding whatever we have talked about, you please feel free to ask and post your queries in the chat box. So, so Professor Sumedha, I have a question for you. Somebody is asking how it can help in healthcare or in the field of medicine, how analytics and AI can help in the field of analytics.
Pardon? In?
In the field of AI can help in the field of medicines and healthcare.
Okay. Okay. As I already told you that healthcare is one of the sectors where digital tools are saving lives and improving accessibilities, and the platforms like Practo, Apollo 24/7, they are already using it, and they are using electronic health records and the devices that they can wear, and these devices can proactively monitor patients' health, and AI helps in in medical imaging of the patient, and this actually supports the doctor to detect the diseases and to diagnose it faster than the way that it has been done in the past.
Thank you. Thank you for that answer. Any more questions?
Professor Saeed, I would like to answer Dr. Achal's question. It is asking, is it for medical doctors?
Yeah.
I would like to pitch in my previous experiences of some years. I have seen many medical doctors excelling engineers in handling analytics. So, if the doubt is whether medical doctors can do analytics, I can assure you they can do better. And Is analytics for medical doctor? It is not just for medical doctor, it is for any domain which is non-analytics or non-engineering based. Because the kind of tools we have today, like Power BI, Tableau, and vibe coding and prompt engineering, you can do analytics very easily. What we need today, what analytics, the domain of analytics need today, is people with different domain knowledge, capable of applying analytics in their domain, which a pure analytics person may not be able to do.
Thank you for asking that, answering that question. Uh, so yeah, we have one more question. I will invite Professor Ritu to answer this. How do you recommend that a small and medium-sized company approach leveraging AI?
A small or medium-sized company should first work on ease of collecting data from their various points of interaction with their clients or customers. That is the first step. If you are not able to collect your data effortlessly, the very value of AI will fail. I have seen some examples where a company, especially for India, small and mid-sized company, they rely on very archaic methods of collecting data, which ends up become very painful and lengthy, time-wise as well as resource-wise. We fail. Okay, and you might have learned news about how investment in AI is not giving ROI. It is because of misalignment of understanding of managers on how to use AI. So first step is to make it very effortless and easy for you to collect data about your clients or customers with their consent. So you need to work on the AI privacy and legalities also when you collect data. Once you have data, clean or not clean, believe me, the data analytics part is very easy. It's the tip of the iceberg, but the main part is getting the right data, cleaning it, pre-processing it. The second step could be either to hire a analytics or a consultant or a team or having your own in-house team depending upon the scale of your operations, and give them all the problems that your mid-level or senior level managers or even the floor level managers or employees are facing. Let the management plus the AI layer decide what kind of products and services are there to give you better KPIs that you worry about. Maybe you are worrying about returns, maybe you are worrying about profits or customer satisfaction or defect ratio that you have to give. So the input has to come from you as a manager. That is why today, for mid-level management or higher or even lower, it is very important to speak this language. Because if you'll not be able to convey your requirements well and not able to understand the capabilities of AI well, you'll not able to make any amazing AI team work effectively for you. So rest of the journey is a longer answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Yadav. So there is this next question which I will be answering. So somebody is asking that, I mean, in our course outline, there is no explicitly Python course that we are offering. But I mean, although we are not offering any explicit Python course, and R is also a very essential tool, even though, I mean, recent developments are on Python, but from a statistical point of view, from optimization from point of view, R is also a very essential and important tool. As far as Python is concerned, we are offering like this predictive analytics and forecasting we take in Python. So some sessions are designed in such a way, and then we have prescriptive analytics and text analytics as well as artificial intelligence in term three, which again, I mean, take use of Python and related technology. So you will have good exposure to Python through these courses. Okay. I hope I have answered your question. Uh, Professor Sumedha, I have a question for you. Uh, uh, yeah. So how can somebody keep up with the new developments in AI?
Uh, Okay, so to keep up with new developments in AI, what one can do is one can follow a small set of high quality news sources. Like these can be Google AI blog, Meta AI blog, Open AI research blog, and such people can subscribe to some weekly AI newsletters. These newsletters, they can avail them from internet, like the algorithm which is provided by MIT Tech Review, and they can follow leading researchers and practitioners on X, formerly Twitter, or on LinkedIn. These people can keep posting about new some news about AI, and they can keep on attending AI webinars, conferences, workshops, and they can join some online AI communities, and they can experiment with new AI tools regularly. Nowadays new tools keep coming up, and you can read research summaries regarding AI, read latest research articles about AI. So all these things can be done if you want to, update your knowledge about AI.
Thank you for answering that question. Professor Ritu, a question for you. So, what is the motivation for data professional in Somalia, where private sector is still in nascent stage of adopting data analytics? So, what can you uh, recommend for them?
It's a very broad question, but I'll answer in a very with some specific examples. See, if you are you're mentioning that few job vacancies and numerous applicants, and private sector is yet adopting data analytics. But see, data is already there, right? Problems are already there. So when data is there and problems are there, somebody has to come up as a bridge, and somebody will definitely come. It is your call whether you will be part of that bridge or not. Uh, just few days back, I have ended up analyzing chats of my, personal WhatsApp group and telling them what themes are coming in their WhatsApp group. It is a small example, but, being my hands dirty in Python and all, it was something very curious thing for me to do. So it is not just the scale and size of the problems, whether you are solving your personal problems using data analytics, or you're solving a mid-sized company or a big size company problem. Ultimately, two things are always there. You have problems, challenges, and you have data. Somebody has to be the bridge.
Thank you. So I will take this next question. So somebody is asking what is the roadmap of this course, and they are new to these technologies. So this is a 1 year course, and it will be divided into 4 terms. And I have already mentioned, so we will be talking about intro Python introduction to business analytics using R, data visualization, predictive analytics, and forecasting. And in term three, we'll be talking about prescriptive analytics, emerging technologies. So, I mean, I'm only talking about those courses that are focused on analytics and artificial intelligence. There will be other courses as well, which will give you a broad management perspective, okay, like economics and ethics and so on and so forth. So there will be again in term three, there will be a course on text analytics as well as artificial intelligence. And in term four, there will be courses on DBMS using SQL, advanced business analytics and machine learning, and big data analytics. So these courses have been very, I mean, carefully designed to give you even, I mean, if somebody is starting as a fresh or somebody who do not have any kind of a knowledge about analytics and Python and coding exposure, they can make full use of the courses that we are offering. Thank you. Professor Sumedha, somebody is asking, I mean, there are multiple questions on the same theme, that how small organizations can leverage, like MSMEs, they can leverage artificial intelligence. And sometimes they are also mentioning that these technology, they are inaccessible because of their cost. So, I mean, what would you tell them?
Uh, in such cases, what you can do is you can start small with clear business problems. You can use low cost, no code, or low code AI tools. These tools are available. And you can rely on cloud services, and the small companies, what they can do is they can outsource some specialized tasks instead of hiring a full-time staff, and and what they can do is they can upskill their existing employees to use simple analytics. So they can adopt AI in phases and focus on tools which are already built into everyday business software. So you can, move step by step. That is what small companies can do.
Thank you for clearly articulating that you can always start with open source softwares and all of that, and then you can build upon as you scale and
Yes.
grow. So very clearly articulated there. Thank you. I think Coursera team can pick up this question on fees and everything. They can answer that in the chat. Uh, we we don't have any more questions, uh, any new questions. Okay, so we'll be closing with that. So thank you all for being part of today's webinar on digital transformation using business analytics in Indian industry. As we heard from our speaker, what is digital transformation, and digital transformation is not a future possibility, it is today's reality. Data will continue to expand and analytics will continue to shape business strategy, and leaders of tomorrow will be those who embrace these tools today. I encourage each one of you to take the insights from the session forward and continue exploring the power of data. And above all, keep yourself upskilling and don't just adapt, but you have to shape yourself. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us today.